You know you have great sound design when no one notices it, because people think it's real. That's why when you have bad microphone quality or no sound design, it can take people out of the experience. Hello everybody, my name is ProfKranc and welcome to How to Abridge. Today we'll be looking at sound design. Audio is a very big part of abridging. The visuals can be time-consuming enough, and you can really get away with simplistic audio editing. But if you want to give your abridged parody more than passable production quality, you are going to need to put a bit more time and effort into your sound. Also, just a disclaimer, this video does not talk about microphones. It talks about tips for sound design and resources to help with it. If you want to look into voice acting and the equipment required, check out Soul Brother number 3's video. I'll probably be doing a video for the more basic microphone setups in the future, but this guy knows what he's talking about. For the sake of this tutorial, the audio quality and editing has been broken up into 3 levels, depending on the amount of time you want to put into your audio editing. Level 1 is bare bones, level 2 is basic, and level 3 is advanced. And there will also be some extra tips at the end of the video. In this tutorial, I will be explaining the various ways you can increase the audio production quality of your productions. Level 1 is the bare basics. You will see this in a lot of people's first abridged parodies. These parodies will have next to no sound design, apart from maybe some music and the necessary sound effects for a punchline. Which also brings up this point. Make sure the dialogue takes prominence over any music or any effects. You don't want it to sound like this.
And so after a bunch of research, I finally found the answer to making the best ever abridged parody. And it is what?
Now the good thing about abridging is that it came from a place with no sound design. Go back to Little Karibo's very first few episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and you will see there is nothing there sound design-wise. And as much as the comedy does shine through, it's not what we've come to expect from the more recent abridged productions. Bad sound draws attention to itself and takes people out of the experience, which you don't want. There is a level of quality expected, which is what brings us up to Level 2, Basic. Level 2 gives us a bit more to play with, but it's still very simple and easy to do. You've still got your necessary sound effects and music, but then there is an added layer of background noise. Think about it. Unless you are in a soundproof room, you barely just sit down and not hear anything. Adding some background noise here and there helps with the immersion. So, out in the town, add some downtown. On the beach, add some waves. Even in a completely empty room, there may be an air conditioner or even noise from outside. Consider all of this when editing sound. But make sure to level your effects!
This place is abnormally loud! What?
It's easy to find these background noises online. Google it, then drag, drop, and lower the volume. Or you could just record your own. In my abridged parodies, I have used a fair few original room tones and wild sounds that I have recorded myself. Level 3! This is where we get more in-depth. We're talking about adding footsteps, clothes movements, all the minute details. This is what's called in the films as, fun fact, diegetic sound. Sound that is in the universe that the characters can hear and are not added for dramatic effect. And just so you know, non-diegetic sound would be things like the soundtrack, narration from inside a character's head, and that whip you hear in every episode of Johnny Test.
I never will. You're pooping turn this and then
Fairy cat, buried way Kaduki.
Think of it this way. If there is something there and it's doing something, it is no doubt making a sound. But don't forget, level your effects!
Seriously, stop moving! Why are your clothes so loud?
So you have layers upon layers of sound, and it's so well designed that you feel like you're actually there. But there's something missing. What is it? What about the things that affect the sound? I'm talking about reverb, high pass, low pass, etc. If someone is in a cave, there is going to be some echo. If someone is shouting through a door or on a phone, they aren't going to sound as clear as if they were standing right next to the person. But you may need to do some work on them for everything to fit in. An example of this would be my Beyblade Abridged. This scene right here has an echo because it's in a warehouse. But you may not have noticed it because you expected it. It's in a warehouse, so you expect it to sound like you are in a warehouse. But you aren't going to notice it because that's what good sound does. It immerses your audience and goes by unnoticed. Depending on what level of sound design you are trying to add to your production, it's good to know where to get the effects. And my answer is Google. Google is your friend. He isn't just the overlord, he knows everything. Everything. Including where to get sound effects. You can go to the typical sites like findsounds.com, Partners in Rhyme, Sound Bible, even YouTube, etc. Royalty-free sites like Pond5 and AudioBlock sometimes offer free sound effects and stock footage if you sign up for a free account. I've been slowly filling up my hard drive from that because it's much better quality than what you will get anywhere else. You could record and rip them yourself from the show or material you want. The sounds of guns in Counter-Strike have to come from somewhere, and you can either rip them yourself if you have the game for PC, or download them from someone who has already done it. But probably the most helpful online resource for sounds would be the Voice Acting Alliance. Some very nice people on the VAA forums have actually already set up a sound effects library. People post stuff up there for others to use, and you can just go to the index to easily find the stuff you need. But you have to understand that if you rip sounds or are using ripped sound packs, you are using them without the author's permission. If you want to use them in a commercial production, you will have to go down the legal route and buy some sound packs. Or at least check the ones you are using are free for commercial use. If not, contact the creator. But what if I can't find the creator? No excuses. Just thought of this before I uploaded. Microphone quality is a big thing. There is going to be a clear difference between someone who uses a laptop mic and an XLR microphone. But if it's background noise which is the issue, something simple like an aircon unit, get your voice actor to record at least a minute of blank space with nothing but the aircon. Then when you are cutting in and out of the voice actor's audio on the timeline, put that empty space audio on another layer on top of it. This will help hide those cuts in audio. This may not work if, it's an aircon in the middle of the desert, but it's a little trick if used in the right situation. Hey Al, I'm having hallucinations again. What, are you seeing a ravine again? No, a giant aircon unit. It's magnificent. And there you have it. Hopefully this video has helped you out and gave you a bit more to think about audio-wise for your productions. If you like this video, click the video in the top right corner to go to the How to Abridge playlist. Learn more on how to make your abridged productions stand out from the rest. If you want to see some abridged videos, click the video on the bottom left. And of course, you can stay up to date by following the Twitter, Facebook, and also subscribing. Anyway, my name is ProfKranc, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.